Today we will be talking about soaping 101, the fundamentals of soap making. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Ego the Messy Soaper and I'm glad to have you back to this channel this week. Thank you so much for our subscribers that have joined us. Thank you so much. We are 400 strong today. Thank you. God bless you. And if you're not subscribed, you will learn a lot. I give you value on this channel week in, week out. So stay subscribed or smash that subscribe button to join our little family here. So let's get into the video. Now, this video is beginner friendly. Okay, this is majorly for beginners, as I know there are a lot of people that already know how to make soap here on my channel. But if you're new to soap making, you would be able to pick up one or two things from this video. And I want to start from the barest minimum. What is soap? Soap is simply water, oil and lye. That is what soap is. Water plus oil plus lye. That is soap. Once you have an oil, once you have lye and you have water, soap is made. Soap is a chemical reaction that happens between when you mix oil with water and lye. Soap has happened. It's a chemical reaction, and what that chemical reaction is called is saponification. It's a chemical emulsification that happens when you put your lye solution, when you have mixed your lye with water and you add that lye with water into your oils. That mixing is a chemical reaction that is happening. You allow the oils emulsify with the lye solution. When it emulsifies, that emulsification is what we call saponification, right? It's a chemical reaction. So a chemical reaction has taken place and the result of that chemical reaction is soap. It's as simple as that. Okay, so what is soap? Lye, oil, water equals soap. That's what soap is. Simple. Okay, so it means you need to have oil, you need to have water, and you need to have lye for soap to happen. These are the three basic things you need to make a soap. Now, there are different types of lye. Lye in our market here in Nigeria is what they call caustic soda. Okay, so if you go to the market, some people might not know it as lye, but when you say I want caustic soda, they will give you lye. Okay, so caustic soda is the name. It's also known as lye, and the chemical name for caustic soda and lye is sodium hydroxide. Okay, it's sodium hydroxide, and the chemical formula or name and how you can find it in the chemical table, right, is, I hope I'm right, chemistry. Oh my god, it's bringing back memories to me. Now on the chemical table, right, it's known as capital NaOH. All right, that is sodium hydroxide. Now there are two types of lye or caustic soda. We have the sodium hydroxide and we have the potassium hydroxide. The potassium hydroxide is KOH. All right, now these two hydroxides do two different types of soaps. The sodium hydroxide makes solid bar soaps. They make solid bar soaps for you, while the potassium hydroxide makes liquid washes for you, body wash. Okay, and then on this channel I have used both. I've used sodium hydroxide to make my bar soaps, and I have used potassium hydroxide to make the CASTILE soap. So you want to go check out those videos, okay, especially the CASTILE soap, to see how potassium hydroxide is being used. So there are two types of soaps. We have the CASTILE and we have the BASTILE. The CASTILE is made with 100% olive oil. That is what CASTILE is. Now BASTILE is a combination of other vegetable oils like your castor oil, your coconut oil, avocado, grapeseed, sweet almond, sunflower, you name it. Okay, that is BASTILE. BASTILE is a combination of different oils put together. Okay, and we call that BASTILE. CASTILE is used for very sensitive skin, baby skin, eczema prone skin. Okay, anybody can actually use CASTILE, but it's very mild and gentle in lather. Okay, so if you're looking for something more lathery and more cleansing, the olive oil, the CASTILE soap is cleansing enough. But if you want something more hardcore, you can go for the BASTILE combination, the BASTILE soaps. Now, there are different types of soap making. Some people would tell you that there are 4 different types of soap making. But I mean, I feel like everybody has their own perception and angles, right? People will tell you there are 4 types of soap making, and I'm going to mention that 4, and I will tell you why I would choose 2 types of soap making. Okay, but all the same, there is, for me, when it comes to this topic, there is no right or wrong when it comes to types of soap making, and I'll explain my own angle. Now we have the cold processed soaps, we have the hot processed soaps, we have the rebadge, and we have the melt and pour, and I'm going to explain that. Now, cold processed soap making is the method you use when you are not using heat. You make your soaps without cooking the oils or heating it up or like using fire to make the soap. Okay, it does not require heat. The only heat that you need in your cold process is when you are double boiling down your shea butter, mango butter, avocado butter, if you're using that in your formulation, in your cold process formulation. That is the only time you need to use heat. But to cook the soap, you are not cooking the soap. However, the second one, the hot processed soap making, right, you need to use heat to cook the soap. Okay, now the difference between these two is that for the cold processed bar soaps, you not cooking it, it would have to sit on your counter after you have unmolded your soap. It would sit on your shelf for at least 4 to 6 weeks to make sure that it is very well cured out, it has lost its water content, and it gives you more lather, and you're sure that the sodium hydroxide in it has completely been turned into soap. Okay, now for the hot process, when you cook it, for me, it's ready to use even the next 2 days, 2 weeks. Okay, so we advise to keep for 2 weeks so that it cures very well and any water content in it is done. Okay, but hot process has gone through heat, it's gone through the cooking phase, and it can pretty much be used. Now the melt and pour is a pre-made soap. Okay, it's a soap base that you use, you just buy off, or you can make and keep, and then when you're ready to make soap, you just cut it into bits and pieces and melt it and pour into your molds to make any soap of your choice, putting any botanical additives of your choice, essential oils or fragrances into this soap. Okay, so that is what your melt and pour is about. It's a soap base that you can use to add other things inside when you're in a hurry. It's a soap that is ready to use. You just melt it and make soap, and you can use it once it has formed. It is ready to use. Okay, now rebadge is the next one. Rebadge is used when you have soaps that have been sitting on your shelf for quite a long time and you want to add it to a new soap to change the purpose of the soap, like maybe it's not selling, okay, and that soap has been sitting on your shelf for quite a while. You can put it into, you can shave it and add it to your new batch of soap, either cold process or hot process. Even your melt and pour, you can shave it and add it to your melt and pour, and I've done that in our confetti soap. Okay, so you can check the confetti soap video. I have repurposed shavings before, and I've also repurposed shavings for our alpha arbutin and KOJIC soap, so you can check out those videos too to see how rebadge. What I'm doing there is pretty much what we call rebadge. So these are the types of soap making that are known. Right now, why I don't see rebadge and melt and pour as a different types of soap making is because they came from hot process, right? The forage, the foundation of melt and pour is hot process. So how is soap base made? Soap base is made by hot process cooking. Okay, you still use your sodium hydroxide, you still use your coconut oil, glycerin, ethanol, you know, stearic acid to make the soap base. So it still goes through the cooking phase to become soap. All right, so that is where I'm looking at it from. If you ask me what are the two types of soap making, I'll tell you hot process and cold process, right? But all the same, I can understand why melt and pour too is seen as a type of soap making, because I mean, you can use it to make soap quickly, you know, when it's just ready. But for me, there are two major types. Okay, now rebadge too is either made from your melt and pour, or from cold process, or from hot process, right? So I don't know if you get the drift. Okay, so but these are the four types of soap making. There are three categories of oils that are used when it comes to soap making. We talk about the soft oils. Soft oils are oils that are liquid at room temperature. Your sweet almond, grapeseed, your sunflower, your castor oil, these are oils that are liquid at room temperature, and that is what we call soft oil. Next oil is the hard oil. Hard oils are oils that are solid at room temperature. Okay, so what are the example of hard oils? Talk about coconut oil, talk about shea butter, avocado butter, mango butter. Those are oils that are hard at room temperature. Even palm oil firms up at room temperature, so that is a hard oil as well. Now the third oil is the brittle oil, and that is the cocoa butter. Cocoa butter is very, very brittle. It is not scoopable at all. It requires chipping, right? So it is not scoopable, it is not a hard oil, it is a brittle oil. Now let's talk about the qualities of a good bar soap. Now your bar soap needs to be balanced. Okay, you need to have a balanced bar soap. Okay, so what are these 5 qualities your bar needs to have? Your bar soap needs to be hard. It needs to be hard. All right, if you are selling a bar soap that is extremely soft, you're going to lose a lot of customers, because your selling point, one of your selling points needs to be that your bar soap is hard and firm enough to last longer. When it comes to natural bars, we actually do not use any chemical responsible to elongate the lifespan of your soap in the bathroom. Okay, we don't have fillers, we don't have hardeners in the bar. Okay, so that is why when you want to make your bar soap, you need to make sure that these qualities are balanced. You need to make sure that you are playing with oils that would bring hardness to your bar. Okay, to learn more of this, you can attend our physical class or our online class, okay, for better explanation and in-depth to what soap making is all about. So you can reach us on WhatsApp and book a session with us. Hardness is required in your bar soap, okay, for it to last longer, for your customers, your clients to enjoy that bar soap. The next thing on your list you need to note is that your bar has to be cleansing. It has to have cleansing properties. So you need to look out for oils that help with cleansing the body. Example of such oils are coconut oil. Okay, so you need to have a level, a quantity, percentage of coconut oil in your bar soap to make sure that it cleanses. Now, if you attend our class, our online course or physical course, we give you an in-depth on what properties of oils. We tell you what each oils bring to the table. We look at fatty acid profile. We look at a lot of things. We have a deep dive when it comes to soap making. So if you're interested in this online class, please reach out to us using the link in the comment section. The third thing you need to note is that your soap is conditioning enough. All right, you don't want to have a soap that strips the body of its natural oils. You want it to cleanse mildly and gently without stripping the body or leaving the body cracked from extreme dryness. Now, the next point is that a lot of people love bubbly soap, and I'm sure all over the world, especially my Nigerian people, when they see bubbles, that soap has to be cleansing. Once they see lather and bubble, it means that soap is cleansing. Okay, so please, there are things that help to boost the bubbles of the soap. Okay, and these are things we would look at when you attend our online class. Okay, now your soap has to be bubbly, and the last thing is your soap has to be creamy. Who doesn't love a creamy soap? I, for one, I would choose creamy over bubbly. I don't know what rocks your boat, but I tend to make more of creamy bars than bubbly bars. Okay, they are very, very soothing to the skin. You can tell that it is not going to be stripping your skin or your body of its natural oils. So these are the typical qualities you need to have in a soap bar. Okay, let's talk about superfat. Superfat is the oils that do not convert into soap during saponification. Now, let me take your mind back. Saponification is when that emulsification that happens, right? When you mix your lye solution into the oils. Now, the way when you mix it, when you're mixing it, there are some oils that will not turn into soap. It remains as oils in your soap, and what that does is that it acts as a moisturizer or a conditioner to your skin. Okay, and I would also say that, for instance, if you made a little mistake in your line measurement when it comes to maybe like point something over, or a little bit of lye over, that oil acts as a soft landing to help convert the excess lye that you have in your soap. That is what we call superfat. When you superfat your soap, you're saying to your soap, you do not want all the oils turned into soap. Basically, you don't want it to be harsh on the skin. Okay, when you have oils left running around in your soap, in your bar of soap, take this soap as an example, right? This is the oats milk soap. Now we say that this soap, I superfat all my soaps, right? And you can superfat at different percentages, okay? When I superfat my soap so that oils, if you see the soap now, all the oils that was used to make this soap did not turn to soap. I still have free oils running in this soap, and that acts as a conditioning effect and a moisturizing effect to your skin. It does not leave your skin stripped and dry, okay? So that is what superfat is, and these are the benefits of superfatting your soap. Do's and don'ts of soap making. Do not add water to lye. Do not add water to lye. Instead, add your lye to water. That's the first rule. If you do it the other way around, that is going to explode on your face or in your face, and you do not want such accidents happening. So these are just simple little rules you just have to follow. Please do not add water into lye. Instead, add lye into water so that we can live long. Do not use a lye solution that has been mixed for a particular bad quantity and variety of oils. Then for some reason you didn't use that particular oil to make soap. You know, maybe your recipe says 80% olive oil, 20% coconut oil, and then you have mixed your lye water that is supposed to turn those particular quantity or bad, that combination of oils into soap. You now use it for another recipe, say 50% shea butter, 10% coconut oil, 40% sunflower oil. Then you use the lye solution that was supposed to be used for your 80% olive oil to mix the 50% shea butter. Is a no. It does not work that way. And that is why we have the soap calculator to help you calculate for different combinations and quantities of oils. Please do not mix your lye solution in an aluminum container. Please, it must be stainless steel and plastics, okay? Stainless steel, plastics, and enamel. You can use enamel too as well. All right, so please don't use aluminum, use plastics, use stainless steel. These are safe containers to use. Pour your lye gradually when you're soaping. I know if you look at my videos, sometimes I go against that rule. Not necessarily, you know, but just be careful, pour gently. Now, my last rule for today will be, when you want to soap, please be fully kitted. Wear your goggles, have your nose mask when you're mixing your lye, or mix your lye in an airy environment. You can mix your lye outside, all right? Mix your lye outside where breeze, where it is airy, where you would not feel choked, okay? Then have your long sleeve on to protect your skin from lye, because lye is very much corrosive, okay? Make sure you're wearing your shoes, your feet are covered, just in case lye pours is not going to be affecting any part of your body. Wear your glove too as well, all right, and stay safe. Now, when it comes to lye and preservation and where to keep it out of reach of children and of pets. so that you have a safe home and a safe working environment. Make sure when you mix your lye, it's not where people would think is water to drink. So please make sure when you mix it, it's kept in a place where it is out of reach, or if you have a production room, please keep your production room under lock and key to ensure the safe keep of your family. Okay, and this video was needed and is very important because from next week, which is a new month, we will be discussing, we'll start a new series, and you need to watch this video, especially if you're a beginner, so that you can key into what we are saying or doing in the new week. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to our channel, like this video, share, comment, and stay blessed.